What's up, y'all? What's up? You are here on season 3 of Jukeboxx TV, episode 1. First guest, the lovely, multi-talented Sara Bien-Aime.
Hi, you guys. So my name is Sara, but I am known as Sara.
Okay. Alright, so Sara, please give us a little history of who you are and just let our audience know who we speaking with today.
Okay. So I was born in Haiti, Port-au-Prince. I came here at the age of 2. Where I went to was Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I grew up there. I was in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia for the longest. I didn't move out of there until I was 23. So that was like the beginning of this year, January, moved down here. Just started to go on to my career more, and my dream career is to become a news anchor. Background story, I went to Albright College to get my undergrad in communications. Now I'm here studying digital filmmaking and video production, and when I say here, I mean First Institute. What else can I say? I'm the only child. I'm a little half Cuban too. My mother is Cuban. I'm a dancer, a model. I feel like I can do any and everything, but I'm very humble with it.
Yeah, so you said a dancer, model, and stuff like that. So yeah, I was going through a few things, and I noticed the multifacetedness about you. So you do dancing. You are also an actress. You did some acting work, some short film. So tell us about your, so also she says she want to be a news reporter, right? So coming from Philly, tell us about how juggling all those things like came about. Not juggling, but how did all that stuff come about?
Right. So I gotta give a big shout out to my mom. So when I was little, I was very, very shy, and my mom just wanted to get me out of my shell. And the main person that basically told her how shy I was or given her some pointers of what to do with me was my kindergarten teacher. So with that being said, my mom put me in dance school. She put me in a Barbizon modeling and acting agency school as well. So I was there starting at age 5. So from that point on, I experienced a lot. I experienced having an acting agent, going all the way to California, doing some modeling and commercials and all of that. But I was too short to do modeling, which I really love. But commercial-wise, I did that for a little bit. I was so close into getting a commercial, but because I was so young, I would have to move out to California without my mom and stuff. I would be with other family members, but I wasn't too comfortable with that. And just being a young age, I just wanted to have fun at that moment. So doing all of that, I just got exposed to so many things, doing shows for nursing homes or big recitals. I joined a dance company, danced for a Russian ballet company as well. So I did a lot of things, and I feel like being exposed to so much really opened me up to wanting to do more.
Right. So it's crazy because you're the first person I've ever met in my lifetime, that's young, that's of course I see a lot of black news reporters and stuff like that on TV, especially now in Philly, you got a few of them on 29, you starting to see them a lot, but now in person, I meet one that's looking to become a news reporter. That's kind of new coming from the environment that we come from. Philadelphia. What is it about news reporter? How did you decipher and be and from the hoods, you a singer, you be a singer, a sports player, or whatever.
Yeah.
You decided to go to school, get a communications degree, and then you said, I'm gonna be a news reporter. What was that first moment where you told yourself, that I'm gonna fight to be a news reporter?
That's a good question too. It's funny because a lot of people say that too, I never met somebody that says I want to be a news reporter. So it's kind of different. I like being different, but I think the first time that I actually realized I wanted to be a news reporter was my high school broadcasting club called Free. The school was called Free Charter School. You know that.
Yeah, definitely.
And our news broadcasting club was called Free Area News Live, and we partnered with WHYY downtown. So going through that, I started out being like a shout out girl, weather forecaster, editing some videos, making up a script, going to like a co-anchor and like the head anchor, and just being in that environment and doing those things just made me fall in love with it. So when I went to college and just picking out like my major, my guidance counselor was basically telling me like that's the road I should go into. But I didn't realize I wanted to be exactly a news reporter. I just knew I wanted to work for the news. But luckily, well, sadly, my family didn't think like that can earn you money. So I didn't apply as that major. I applied for a chemistry major because at the same time I was in a healthcare program and I wanted to be a pharmacist at that time. I got through the courses. 3 weeks into college, I'm like, this is not for me whatsoever. So I went to the career development people and just took a quiz about like what my interests were and just was just interviewed by them. And they told me like, yes, you should go into like that communication field. Going throughout the classes, I'm like, I think I just want to be a news reporter. Like I enjoy public speaking. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy different stories and stuff like that. So I feel like that's where it really came from. Yeah.
So coming from Philly, how is it like? How do you stay focused when wanting to be a news reporter? Not getting caught up. You know, you young. You still want to live life and stuff like that. But how do you select your groups and stuff like that? How do you stay out of the way, and how do you just, you know, it's a lot of distractions in the city of Philadelphia. You know, how do you just say no to this and yes to this?
Well, I think when I was in Philadelphia, I wasn't getting the support I needed to like really go into like that field or really go into my passion like that. I think moving from Philly is what made me focus on it more. And that was like the whole point of me coming to Florida and going to like First Institute. It just really pushed me to like let me know like this is what I'm here for. Might as well go and accomplish it. Because once I graduated with my communications degree, I was applying to news stations and they were like looking for a reel. Never had that. They were saying you need connections. Didn't really have that either. So it was like, what was Philly really doing for me at that moment? You know, I was having fun with friends, stuff like that, but they were going into like healthcare fields or just easier things than what I wanted to accomplish. So I just had to make that move to Florida.
Wow. So was there anything that transpired to where you just got tired and said that I'm gonna do this, or you were just like you like planned it out? And
I feel like I planned it. When was it? Oh, I think it was like my first like real professional job out of undergrad. And I was just saying like, I don't want to continue this. And I was just looking for like grad schools because I was talking to different people that I knew that worked into like news places, and they were saying like you need a demo reel, you need something to like really showcase what you can do. So they were saying like since your undergrad didn't really give you that much support or like that push that you needed, why don't you look into grad school? So I'm just like typing into Google different communication broadcasting clubs or colleges, and First Institute was one of them that popped up. I didn't even like happen to like really go deep into it, but I got a call next day. And they were like telling me all that they did and creating demo reels, which is like the number one thing that rang to my ears. So I'm like, okay, let me just go for it. And then I was going to start in October. No, was I going to start in October? No, I was going to start in January. That got pushed back and I started in March. So even though it pushed me back, I still moved to Florida in January so that I could start in March.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So I seen something about in your link tree, not link tree, but in your bio, it's something about a group you got, something about or something for women, social talks. Tell us about social talks.
So that is an internship that I am a part of. So the social talks, it's like I feel like a big news company that has stories put out by people who aren't really into like the news world, but if like news reporters or anybody who needs a story could come onto it and eventually like use that story to broadcast or whatever. So that's an internship that I'm doing, and I'm one of the journalism interns, and that's one of the stories that I did put out there. I think it was how did society impact teenage society, or teenage, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it was something of that sort. But yeah, I had like over like the couple of weeks, because I started in August, you had to put at least like 2 or 5 like articles out. So I've been doing pretty good with that. So yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, so I know, being the news reporter, but let's step away from that for a little bit.
Okay.
I know you're real good in the fashion era. You're like real fashionable.
I'm getting up there, but okay.
Yeah. So you're real fashionable and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you into fashion, or are you just like, just I don't know.
Right. I feel like, okay, so what keeps me upkept is my mom. Honestly, being the only child, she always makes sure everything's good with me. So just growing up like that makes me make sure that everything on me looks good, my hair looks good, skin looks good, outfit looks good. But I feel like my type or like my fashion is basic, or like, not, I wouldn't say basic, in a way, like neutral. Like, I don't like too much designs, or like, I don't know, like just a touch to make it like pop out away, because I know a lot of people like florals and stripes and all of that. Like, I'm not into that. Like, I'm just basic, but add a little something to it. And I feel like that's how I pop out. Like, just adding a little of me to it.
Yeah. What's your so what are you listening to and stuff like that? Like, what kind of music you listen to? Yeah.
Oh, y'all be surprised. So right now, I wouldn't even say right now, just for the longest, Rod Wave.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love like his heartbreak stories, but his heartbreak stories. But I don't know, his flow is just like you can vibe to it whenever. So I feel like his flow, what he says, is unique. So that's like somebody that I will always listen to. Like, if he has an album now, I will download it right now. And just keep listening to all the songs. I won't get tired of it.
So Rod Wave, you got a fan right here, all right? So check us out. Check it, you know what I'm saying? But okay, all right. So you listening to Rod Wave and stuff like that.
I listen to other people too, though, but that's like my number one.
Yeah, so I know that. Well, I know he's one of these new school, like these newer like style artists. I wouldn't call him a rapper because he like, he got the melodies and stuff like that. But about you, I know you got little melodies as well.
What melody?
No, you don't be singing?
In the shower.
Oh, okay. So I'm wrong. My fault, y'all. But I seen a video when you was dancing and stuff like that. I heard. Well, no. I heard some singing on one of.
Oh, that wasn't my my voice.
That wasn't you singing?
It was someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they needed like a dancer plus like an actress in it. So I was that person that like fit into it. Yeah. Okay. But no, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was on the choir and in church and stuff like that. But singing is not for me. But a lot of people in my family can sing. They just like, Sarah, what happened to you? Like, I don't think it's just the dance that they came to me.
That's funny. Yeah. All right. So what type of like foods and stuff you what's on your palate?
So I am Haitian, so I love Caribbean food, but I would say my favorite is soul food.
Oh,
soul food and seafood.
Okay.
Like, that's a tie.
Oh, so you're a seafood girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take me on a date. Say no.
seafood broil girl?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, look, we just transitioned from Philly to Florida, and what do you guys say to people about who try to like categorize you or make you a product of your environment just because you come somewhere doesn't mean that you're that. What do you have to say to people like that, or what do you also have to say to people who or what do you think about those who kind of jump ship when you finally start doing stuff but aren't there when like on you to give you a push?
Right.
Like, what do you have to say about those?
I say stay true to yourself. Like, stay true to what you really want to do. Of course, you're going to find people who are either jealous of what you're doing, that don't want you to do what you do, or that just support you as well. You just got to distinguish that. And, like, as time goes on, you distinguish that. And, like, I'm a religious person. So, like, when I pray, like, I feel like things happen. Like, even if I don't expect it to, it comes unexpectedly. So during my time with just like transitioning from like Philly to Florida, like I had people that I don't even talk to no more that I used to talk to every day, like back at home and stuff like that. And then like when I don't think many people categorize me like or think that I'm from Philly. And I think probably the way that I talk, you know. But of course, like if I'm just like hanging with my girls or something like that, the slang might come out or whatever. I don't think it's really like a way that Philly people dress too. I know we got swag, but like dressing wise, no. But that's like the only thing. I don't really have people like categorize like, yeah, she's from Philly. Like, even when I was in Philly, they were like, girl, you're not from Philly. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right. So I wanted to do this, test this with you. What are some of the biggest news moments that you can remember? What's your favorite 3 news moments?
Ooh, 3. Okay, so I love like tributes when they do like funeral type of tributes or just anything of that sort. And there was one. What's that guy's? I'm forgetting his name. What's that guy name when they like choked him, and he was on the floor though?
Oh, Eric Garner?
Yes. So that tribute, that was like one of my favorite tributes. Just the way, like, it was so creative and so thoughtful. They had like a painting that somebody drew while somebody was singing, like of him. And I forgot like how the painting was done, but it was like not like an original type of painting. And I just think like with those type of like news events, you get to see how much the news reporter cares for that thing that's going on at that time. Because sometimes when reporters are reporting on something, they don't really know too much about it, or just they're just doing it for the company itself. But sometimes when it's for like funerals or tributes or stuff, they go all out on it. And another one is like Michael Jackson's funeral. That was another good one. A third one, I think like the conventions, like the Democratic and Republican conventions. Those are like good type of broadcast fields as well. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, some of my favorite news moments is funny. I was trying to get up a video, but I couldn't get it up. But some of my favorite ones is the guy. What did he say? Anthony Dawson. The Anthony Dawson moment.
What he say?
I think the house burned down or something. I forget.
I know he's. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
Look,
What you say?
I forgot what he said. I forgot what Anthony Dawson. But y'all look it up. I'm gonna show her during the break or whatever. The other one was the guy. He was news reporting down south about a murder in Georgia, and then the fly flew in his mouth.
A fly.
And the fly flew in his mouth. He's like, these country people, I can't. He said, I can't do this down here,
But sometimes stuff like that happens, and they have to cut it all out.
Yeah.
You won't see that at all.
That was funny. And then the other one when the girl got kidnapped.
Yeah.
The girl got kidnapped, and the black guy, he was like, he's like, man, he was just a regular dude. He lived right next door and all that.
I don't think I saw that.
I'm gonna show you, but yo, it's so funny. They're my favorite.
So you like the funny ones?
I like the funny ones.
Where they just themselves. Okay.
Or the ones when like the bloopers when they it was this one guy. He was he was reading the news.
Yeah.
And they had a drawing of a suspect. And the suspect looked just like the guy who was reporting the news. That was funny.
that
was
one
wrong.
of my favorite. That's wrong. What if that was really him?
Yeah, right. Yo, that was funny. And they drew it too. It was hand drew.
Oh
That was funny for real. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, but yeah. So any final words or whatever you like to?
Well, to you, like continue doing this for sure. Like. It's fabulous to see. I've seen your old work. So this is season 3. So definitely an upgrade as well from what I've seen. So just saying to continue it, push through it. You going somewhere.
No, I appreciate that. You going somewhere.
Yeah.
You definitely going somewhere. It's a breath of fresh air that we got. We have a woman of our color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always about color, but I would just like to say this.
Right.
A woman of our color, to like show people that it's more than just being an artist. Don't get me wrong, be a singer, actress, whatever it is. It's cool to be that. I'm not knocking that, but it's a breath of fresh air to see someone who takes time to invest in her communication skills, her apparel, her posture, and stuff like that. It's definitely a breath of fresh air because it's a lot of other avenues we can do that's overcrowded and stuff like that. So this is definitely it's definitely appreciated, and I definitely respect it.
Thank
Definitely
you.
for real. So you definitely have my appreciation, and whatever it is you need from me.
You know, we already talked before, so you know.
Yeah, definitely. All right, y'all. So look, that's episode 1 of Jukeboxx TV. You know, I'm your host, Kavan Baxter, and this is the and Sara Bien-Aime doing her thing, and you definitely will see more from her and us. Oh, she's going places. I can't wait to see.
Me too. I can't wait.
This is another thing I wanted to ask. I apologize. I'm gonna rewind real quick, but where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 to 20 years?
Okay. 5 to 20 years, definitely like working in the newsroom. Like at this point, I don't want to be selfish in saying that like, oh, I just want to be a news reporter. I just want to be in a newsroom. Like I feel like that's gonna really accomplish my like dream goal. But definitely working in the newsroom, having a little family. I don't know where. I want to stay in Florida, but the way that like this is looking, like the jobs I might get, I'll have to travel more, and you know, just being in like smaller unknown cities. So I don't know where it'll take me, but I'm hoping to be like anywhere where I have family. Yeah, so that could be Atlanta, Florida, Philly, Jersey, Boston, like any of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So all right, y'all. So 20 years. You know, we're gonna see her in someone's newsroom with a family. Hey, you single? Are you single?
Yeah, I'm
single. All right, oh, she's single, y'all. So, yo, get in the DMs.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Take me on a date.
Take on a date. She like the seafood and all that. You know what I'm saying? Take on a date, y'all. She's single and ready to mingle. Single like a dollar bill. But, you know. Hey, we out of here with the and Sara. Peace out.